Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick.
Sand King.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Wall Omni-Knight.
Radiant team pick.
Queen of Pain.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Fix it after. So we're here. We're back. Double Dimension versus Anji. Double Dimension is a open qualifier team. Qualified second time around. Unfortunately, has already got a loss. They lost against the other open qualifier team, the team that we also just saw winning against Navi, so M19. In terms of players, if you were gonna know one person on the team, it might be Undershock, but I wouldn't blame you if you don't know him either. He's been around for a very long time, playing in a lot of CIS games, and has been just around for indeed a long time. And they're playing against Anji, and Anji is the team of Yoki, Sadoy, Pikachu, No Fear, Shavash. I probably know at least a couple of those names. Fortunately for them, we already saw them lose earlier today. They lost against Vega Squadron though, so there's no shame. There's no shame in that. But there's one problem. The problem being that of these qualifiers, there's only one team moving forward. So even losing one game, even if it's the Vega Squadron, a team that is supposed to do fairly well in this qualifiers, you want to win all of them. Whoa, and have an ancient operation in the game. I love that. Alright, I love this for multiple reasons. The first 3 reasons are the first 3 heroes of Double Dimension: Warlock, Omni-Knight, Keeper of the Light. You basically hereby stopped Keeper of the Light going for an Aghanim Scepter because that heal is not gonna come anyway. At least might not be as worth. Omni-Knight, you still have to repel, and it makes him still useful for that, but still the heal is not as valuable. Same thing goes for Warlock's heal. So that is a nice reason to have an Ancient Apparition to begin with. Second reason Ancient Apparition is nice is because he works nicely together with the Sand King. If you cold feet someone and Sand King goes for the Burrow Strike, the cold feet will proc. So there's a secondary stun after the Burrow Strike is over. So I like that as well. And you've got the bubble combination to pair up with your Ice Blast. So I already like Anji's draft quite a bit for Double Dimension. They've got the Storm, a lot of jump potential there. Always a bit tricky playing against the Queen of Pain because you know she's going to build an Orchid now, and the question is who's going to build their Orchid fastest, and who, despite who's buying it fastest, both, like let's say both of them have them at the exact same time. Who can do more while under the effect of an Orchid? And that would be Queen of Pain. She hurts just a little bit more in that regard. So that is always a tricky one there. So interesting picks. See how they will deal with that one. Ricky is the last ban from Double Dimension. Anji going for their last ban right now. Need a core on the side of Double Dimension. We already have the Husker and the Terrorblade banned out. Let's see which one they don't want to face either.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Don't get the reserve time for that as well. Ooh, I have good news. After this game, I can have my iced coffee. Ooh, because then we're halfway there. 6 games are going to come to you on this channel today. My Valve assigned games, all in the CIS region. Sven is the last ban for Anji. Now, which hero is really annoying to deal with if you're a Faceless Void? I would wonder. If you know you're going to deal with Faceless Void, like, I would almost say Slark, but I think Faceless Void is actually pretty decent against Slark, but the rest is kind of squishy against it.
5 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut's still pretty decent as well. Well, we'll find out sooner or later. Anji is looking for their last pick. What do they need? They have got their cores, assuming Sand King is going to be playing on the off lane. They can still swap that around. Ancient Separation as support for Faceless Void. You're probably going to be against an Omni Knight, so you should be quite okay in terms of harassment. So you don't necessarily need a support that hangs around the lane all the time. You can be a little bit greedy with that, and Double Dimension knows this. That's why they banned out Ricky. Ricky is a support that can be rotating a bit, can be a little bit greedy there. They can go for something like that here as well. We still have a Tree and Protector in the lane if they want to maybe pair something up together with that Sand King, or like a Spirit Break or Slaughter or something like that. Still have all of those in the pool as well. But yeah, you can pair something up with the Sand King to have a dual off lane. And if they want to go for that, it probably depends on the lane that Double Dimension goes for. Warlock and Keeper of the Light as supports. I'm going to assume Keeper of the Light's going to hang with the Omni Knight, and Warlock is going to hang top. So you could go for the dual lanes as well, considering your enemy is doing that as well, and just making sure that you have the better of the dual lanes. Well, they're taking their time. They're probably not only discussing what they want to pick last, they probably also are discussing how they want to lane things and how they're expecting the enemy to lane things, what the enemy is going to be picking up, how they want to look at their timings, what they want to do for rotations, how they want to start things off. Do they want to go for a cheeky rune snipe? Something like that. There's all the things you can talk about. Or perhaps someone's just, going to the toilet and it's not back yet when you use all the time you can. That's probably not the case,
10
though.
seconds remaining.
Let's see, Anji. What you going for there?
5
You got 5 seconds left. That's really not that much. They go for the Earthshaker in the end.
Dire team.
And this could go either way. They could go for Sand King or Earthshaker as the core. But they also could go for the dual lanes if they really want to. They could go for Earthshaker roaming around if they want to. They could go for, yeah, Earthshaker roaming around. I would think that is the case.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Double Dimension. Their last one needs to be a core. Needs to be a carry that can deal with all the onslaught coming from Anji. Core that can deal with the Sand King. A core that benefits from the Omni Knight. Juggernaut might not benefit from the Omni Knight that much, as he already has a spin. If you want to have something that can deal with the Faceless Void, that's probably going to be fairly fat. Still think, Juggernaut does have that heal, and the heal is being made less valuable by the Ancient Separation, so maybe not the Juggernaut. Maybe you just go for an old school gyrocopter. Lol. Probably not, though. We'll have to wait and see. That's how it's going to be here. We'll have to see what Double Dimension decide in the 20 seconds they have left. It will be a troll in the end. I like that. I like that indeed. And he will most likely go to the safe lane then, have the Warlock to back him up. And that lane should be fairly good against the Sand King as well. And they're in their strategy time right now, so they can strategize all they want. All they want, indeed. I hope they're done strategizing soon, because there's strategy time Coming to an end, you just heard a lady say 10 seconds, and then we get some more info on who's going where, although I think as I said, it's kind of covered already. It's kind of straightforward, at least for Double Dimension. Yeah. Fairly straightforward. Ooh, what did I do? Did I do something? No, I don't think I did. It's all good. No Rigichi. Oh, wins this. It's gonna be close. Not close. Well, it is close. Both at the same level of tower. Different tower levels, but the same way the tower looks like. Alright. Who? Oh no. Will a tower be killed before 10 minutes? No. Player with the first triple kill, huh? I'm taking the Queen of Pain, Pikachu. Longest kill streak. Pikachu? Pikachu. Team with the first Roshan. Team with a troll. Alright. We already got a very deep board here for the Keeper of the Light, played by I think it's EU Genius. Yes, the other one is a sponsor. So it's EU Genius that will play the Keeper of the Light on the side of the Dire, Double Dimension, Undershock on the Storm Spirit. We got Flo on the Omni Knight. It means that we got Dark on the Warlock, and he'll be supporting next level, B7 next level, on the Troll Warlord. So the lanes are indeed shaping out to be like we were expecting them. And nothing really out of the ordinary there. We got No Fear for the Radiant side, for Anji. Playing the Sand King, he's hiding. Hiding in the trees. Got herself an aggressive ward as well. Up against Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit is of course core that doesn't really get away. Only thing he can do is run, and Sand King can prevent him from running a bit. We got Shavash playing the Ancient Apparition Pikachu on the Queen of Pain this time, and on the bottom lane we got a dancing, grooving Sidoi on the Faceless Void, and then last but not least, it is the offlane, played by Yoki, on the Earthshaker. So he'll be the one getting the farm there, and Sand King will be the one roaming around, looking for the Burrow Strike. We'll find it with the extra damage there from the Chilling Touch. That might be enough, but this tower is doing a lot of damage, so the first blood goes still to well, to the Radiant team, I should say, because it was a combined effort from EU Genius and Undershock, but Storm still died. In the meantime, teleport bottom, make sure that Ancient Apparition is back bottom, helping out the Faceless Void. And that also means that the Keeper of the Light is now rotating back bottom, as we have No Fear rotating bottom as well. Of course, he went for Burrow Strike first right now, so can't really go for any type of jungling, so has to just come to the lane and help out. Bit of harassment coming out from Shavash already. He of course went for the Chilling Touch first, so he has to deal with that. Can't really pair up with the Cold Feet just yet. Who they find first? Illuminate's gonna come over the back of everybody. The heal comes out as well. Careful there, Shavash, you're taking a lot of damage. So does Flo though, and Flo wound up dying first, but Shavash dies in the back end from a light bomb by Evil Geniuses. He does light ball. Let's call it light balls. He does shoot light balls after all. Pop to Clarity, that's something that this Sand King can take off if he wants to. It's such a short range, look at this short range. Yeah, he has it, if he wants to. The right click will be enough. He has a Burrow Strike to get away if needed. In the meantime, on the bottom, there's a 1v1 fight again going. Flo just pounding away at the creeps and at Sidoi if he has the chance. Pushing the wave out with the heals that he does as well. It's just a sentry though. They didn't see that there was no observer on the map. That's a waste of 100 gold. Let's see if they're gonna waste another 100 gold on that. He might have seen that it ticked away. That would be good. In the meantime, Queen of Pain with an arcane rune. He's not alone though. Keeper of the Light comes to help the Storm Spirit there, as there comes a sentry, and instantly the Observer gets removed as well. No real harassment on Pikachu. Sorry, forgot the last hits in the knives. There you go. 3 minutes into the game. Oopsie. Troll is the one on top of the list right now. He's a very happy troll. And happy troll. How often do you see that, you guys? He has got no opposition on his lane. He has complete free farm. Earthshaker went into the jungle instead to get some more luck with the farmings and with the levels, as he wasn't gonna get that much on top lane anyway. Planting gets the rune in the meantime, wasn't able to harass this Storm a bit more. Although Storm did want to go for the rune, but couldn't get it. Ooh, teleport out from the Keeper of Light, comes back bottom, make sure that flow turns around. Sand King is still in a position to maybe make something happen though. He's coming from the side. He's got that level 1 Burrow Strike, so again, it's such a short range. He needs to be very close in range before he can actually make that happen, make something happen with that. So, let's take a look at the lineups and see what we are expecting from these teams throughout this game, because we have a very different scenario from previous 2 games that we've had. Obviously, previous 2 games both had a Night Stalker in it. None of the sorts for this one. The Night Stalker makes games maybe a little more predictable. Repel comes out, but the bash is still there. Is there a Burrow Strike? There is indeed, and with the Chilling Touch to do enough damage. The last hit going to Javash. Illuminate coming from the side, but this Keeper of the Light has to already run, and he knows he's already running. Ooh, go for the rune. There he does. Alright. So what are we expecting from this game so far? I think Anji has a bit better draft at the moment. A bit easier draft as well, if you ask me. A bit clear cut what they want to do. So they want a Chronosphere, enemy people, drop a Ice Blast on them as well as a Sonic Wave, preferably Epicenter. They've got some wombo combo things going on here, guys. Echo Slam. They've got all the wombo combo potential in the world, and then on top of that they've got some pick-off potential. If they get some vision out and Queen of Pain can jump someone, you can coordinate that with Ice Blast or with the Burrow Strike, with a Blink Burrow Strike, or with a Blink Fisher. Like they got a fairly easy executable lineup. You know what they want to do. That is something that obviously DD can use to their advantage, as they also know what Anji can do and what they want to do. Now Anji themselves, they need to work around this. They have a lot of push coming in the form of Illuminate. They've got some team fight in the case of a Warlock, but they can only use it defensively because they're always going to be out team fought if they can if they get jumped by enemy teams. If they jump someone else, if they jump Anji, then Anji can always retaliate, because there's always something that they have from the amount of good team fight ultimates that they have. So they need to use that defensively or only on pick-up style, if you will. Only for a couple of people if it's not a full-blown out 5 versus 5 fight. Illuminate coming out, doesn't really do that much, still only level 2, and the Storm not able to do anything, not getting out of there, even though he is level 6. But the stun was perfectly timed. So another thing that Dimension needs to be doing is get that Storm up. Storm has a bit of a tough job there. His cold feet comes out as well. This is definitely a dead Omni Knight. Couple of hits needed. Illuminate will still clip Faceless Void, but he can just get out of that with a time lock and no fear. Ooh, he did get hit by that, but he's invisible right now. Invisible all the time. They probably can catch him. He is still he has got some stick charges, so it's not enough unfortunately for him. Oh, now it is. Never mind. He got out. No, he didn't. Didn't get out. But maybe Undershock doesn't either, because he is kind of low on mana. He can try to jump away. He does get some more mana from the Keeper of the Light, so he has to be careful. As Omni Knight comes back as well. Well, good for DD that they get a kill out of that. It took him a while though. Oh, Pikachu, hello! Sonic waving everybody there, but the shrine still used. Gotta back off. If this shrine wasn't up, that would have been a whole different ballgame right there. So, things that Dimension need to do. Jump people with Storm, get pickoffs, don't go for 5 versus 5 full blown out team fights because they just can't win those. Maybe in the right timings they can, as in if they know that certain spells are on cooldown, or if they kill off the right person first, or if they can get some lockdown, or if they get a silence on the right person at the right time. But other than that, they have to go for pickups and then try to take down towers. They do have a very good tower lineup, basically because of the Troll Warlord. That's really the only reason why that is a good Troll Warlord lineup. Well, we'll see if Troll can get himself online fast enough to be able to help with that. He is still highest on the last hits, and the net worth is only surpassed by the Queen of Pain, who of course got herself 2 kills already on the board.
Without consequence.
And now with the regen rune rotates top, why not? 4 people on the top lane, only one missing is Faceless Void. They don't need to Faceless Void yet. Fisher coming out, Illuminate, going for Yoki. Yoki is the bait right now. In comes Sand King from the back. They know that Dark is sitting there with the silence or with the slow, and they now know Keep of the Light's there as well, and they find him and they kill him. That's a very easy, quick pick-off, killing spree for Pikachu, and the rest knows that this is a bad timing to show themselves, so they back off. Troll's gonna farm in the jungle, but by doing that, really great ward. That is a good ward. How do you... That's a tick.
Radiant's middle tower.
They know exactly where the troll is. They can kill him off if they really want to. Preferably they take the tower first, of course, which still is something that they do. But it is still really nicely done. Good word.
Radiant's middle tower
Coming out from Anji. In the meantime, Flo is still farming again, and I think it's kind of lucky that Double Dimension only lost their Keeper of the Light in that fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hello, what you doing there, buddy? Done a bit of a walkabout?
Radiant's middle
Did you
tower
get the
is
rune?
under
No.
attack.
A bit of a walkabout, just taking a scenic route, seems. Chronosphere, Sonic Wave. Omni Knight doesn't stand a chance against that. Not a chance. Tier 1 tower on the top lane died. Tier 1 tower on the bottom lane could be the next target. Storm jumping forward, looking to try and go for the sanctioned operation, but there's going to be a teleport in from the Earthshaker. Will try to go for Fisher. Is there any backup? There looks to be a backup. Nothing hits anymore as it did just jump away. He's of course got that arcane rune as well, helping out. Illuminate still clips it away a bit from the look of things. Oh, well, that's a problem. Out of mana, can't jump away. He knows he has to be careful, but he's able to run away. Still a level 1 mana leak after all. Sun duration is really not that long.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So far, I would definitely put Anji ahead right now. Let's take a look at the net worth. See, that's also the case. It's not that out of control just yet, though. But they're ahead, and you can tell. He's planning on buying a lot of wards, you guys. True support right there. No Midas for him. Normally a common item that you see in Age of Decoration. Mango eaten. Let's see. This repel is only level 1, so it doesn't last very long at all. His heal doesn't actually heal right now. Keeper of the Light in a bit of trouble, but Undershock coming in to try and save the day. Can Sidori get himself out? He's got another time walk. He gets it out just in time. Jawash might not be so lucky. He doesn't have a time walk. He ends up going down indeed. Burrow Strike still hits on the Storm Spirit. Sidori can do nothing but just to hit and hope that he lives. Undershock, he'll end up dropping as Queen of Pain gets a last kill right there. Last hit. It looks to be like it was the last kill indeed as well. 2 for 1. Undershock just trying to save his two fellow comrades and ends up dying in the fray. Did of course end up saving that Keep of the Light, but that's not worth it. That's not worth it for sure.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Queen of Pain with a double damage rune. Preparation does clip on the Warlock. Warlock hands around, only now hands around,
Radiant's
but
top tower is under attack.
they can't really initiate. They need to Storm for that. Storm is on his way back. He looks to be going for a Bloodstone first, so he's not actually going for the Orchid first. Orchid first for Queen of Pain still, though.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I would say that's bad news for the Storm. Oh, Sudoi. But he walked around so much that he's no longer got any mana to deal with. Queen of Pain comes in though, perhaps she can make something happen. In comes the chaotic offering. Pikachu has got a blink available in 3 seconds. Should be able to make the liberation ulti. Oh! Woo! That's the type of plays, the wombo combos that we're talking about. The bait was there. Pikachu, he was the sacrificial lamb, but it was just a false bait. False bait indeed. Echo Slam coming out. Sonic Wave coming out, Ancient Apparition ult coming out. Oh, and it wasn't even all of it, you guys. It could be. There's 5 heroes that have the potential to all come together in a beautiful symphony of spells where the entire enemy team just dies in 1 second. It could happen. I'm letting that sink in for a bit. Just think about it.
Worthy tribute.
Just think about it. Epicenter into the Chronosphere, where Queen of Pain lands a Sonic Wave over everybody as well, and Ancient Apparition gets the Ice Blast exactly over the Chronosphere, like perfect match. And then the Echo Slam to just finish it off. Yeah, it could happen. Whew, okay, so Anji had a really good fight. A really good fight right there. Tier 1 tower ended up dropping as well, and I think more than anything.
Is under attack. Radiant structures.
So
are falling.
yeah, DD is behind, but I think more than anything their spirits are kind of behind. They know that they're 4K behind, right? But after a fight like that, or 5K about, after a fight like that, mentally you feel like you're probably more behind than just 5K. And I think that's a bigger win, because that means that they're not going to be as aggressive across the map, even though that is their plays that you should do. They should try to get pickups if they find them, which they look for right now. Warlock getting the slow off, finding Yoki, Queen of Pain away with the blink. Ancient Apparition ulti coming out, only hits on the Omni Knight though. Burrow Strike still up on 2, and Pikachu not got a Sonic Wave, but oh boy does he wish he had. He would have had a beautiful angle to do it from as well. Here comes the Fisher. This Troll will not live for very much longer. He'll end up dying, and a 3-man Chronosphere coming out right now. There's no mana for an Epicenter, unfortunately. There comes the Sonic Wave, still up on 2, with the Genius still dying there, as well as his teammate Omni Knight not able to get away. 2 living, Storm Spirit and Warlock, living to tell the tale, but I don't think it's till they want to have told at all, as it doesn't look good for them. And this was a fight with minimum resources from Anji. They did not have the Sonic Wave at the time that they wanted. They did not have money for an Epicenter. There was a perfect 3-man Chronosphere, and most of the teammates just stood there. It's like, yeah, shit. Sorry, pardon my French. Wish we could do something more here, buddy, but we can't really follow up on your Chronosphere that looks so good. So, yeah, unfortunately, that is how things go sometimes. But even without the massive potential for follow-up they have, they still ended up winning that fight handily, and they didn't lose a single person. They were perfectly able to weave in and out of the fight, and I know I'm probably overpraising them right now, but it's so fun to see. So fun to see how they can do that. Or maybe how Dimension lets them do that, because that's of course a different story as well. And they are struggling, and they seem to be at the moment a little bit outmatched. Troll is still very farmed, but what can a Troll do by himself? Not enough at this stage. Illuminates to try to slow the push down as the Troll dies in the top lane due to the Earthshaker and the Sand King. Dynamic duo. Aghanim Scepter being built. I mentioned this during the draft hour. I said that you probably are going to force the Keeper of Light to not build an Aghanim Scepter because there is an Ancient Apparition in the game. But maybe at this point they feel like they needed to try and hold the waves back, to try and make sure that they can delay this game as long as possible, because they know that they're not going to be able to do anything in this early stages of the game anymore. And that is the question, can they hold long enough? And the difficult part is too, let's say Keeper of the Light has his Aghanim Scepter. Blinding Light is of course really great, but there is a lot of people that can get to the back of a fight. Oh, hello. Yeah, you're dead. There's a lot of people that can jump to the back of the fight to kill off the Keeper of the Light. Queen of Pain can jump there, Earthshaker, Sand King, and even faces Void if he wants to, which he generally won't, but he could if he wants to. And I'm not talking about Ancient Apparition because if he's able to get a Ice Blast on him already, that's already really good. The poor Ancient Apparition. I say that, but this guy is actually a lot poor. 1200 gold net worth. And I find it an interesting item, interesting build. We already saw the upheaval doing work though, so I like the upheaval, but not even a single point in Fatal Bonds. I know that they don't want a team fight anyway, but it could be worth it for them to just have that 1 point in there. Oh, hello, what's happening here? Oh, he missed it! Pikachu, please! Now Storm Spirit comes in, he goes for the Vortex, gets the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain, you're dead! One mistake, that's all it took. Unfortunately for him. But fortunately for Storm, because that was a godlike streak down, and that was 900 gold going the way of the Storm. And Bloodstone charges. He's got 13 right now. Not too bad. Let's see what they can do with this smoke.
Radiant's middle tower.
Trolls leading the charge. Or being the bait. One of the two. Jumping forward. Sankin gets it. Oh, he broke the smoke. He might have made a little bit of a boo-boo there, but at least he made sure that the team knows that the smoke was there. Sand King down for a while. Chronosphere coming in. In comes Ancient Apparition as well. Up on 2. Oh, Chaotic Offering. Up on 4 though, but the chase is there. And Anji, they do not want to let this get away. They want to try to go for more, but they can't find anybody. Queen of Pain only just respawned, only just joined the fight. At the very least, Anji is able to make sure that there's no Roshan being taken right now by Double Dimension. And then they gotta trade out of it. I think it's a good thing for them that they did, but it's still a tricky play. I feel like they could. I feel like one of the teams could have gotten more, but I guess the fact that neither of them didn't is a tribute to both of the teams. They knew when to back off and how to back off. More importantly, only leaving the Omni Knight behind. And on the other side, they knew that they were strong enough to continue chasing. Let's see. Storm jumping in. He has the repel already. Wants to try and make something happen here. Jumps himself out. Now the chance is to try and go back in time to steal the Aegis, but it doesn't look like he's going to get the chance. They knew exactly where he was going to hide, and Roshan should be secured hereby by Anji. Luckily for Storm, he had quite a bit of charges on his Bloodstone. He's already back up alive again. Unfortunately, he did have to pay some charges for that, so he's down again to 9. 1k gold left for Genius to get himself the Aghanim Scepter. Who did he just recall?
Is under attack.
He recalled someone, it didn't come. Odd. Probably took some damage. Might have been Storm. Storm is now going for the Orchid, by the way, but of course that is way behind the Queen of Pain, who already has hers for a while, and sitting on that Aegis might be able to make something happen on the top lane, and perhaps even if there's no hero coming around, they can try to make something happen to the tier 2 tower. And that would be oh, wait a second, bottom lane. The Sand King might be in trouble. In comes Yoki, saving grace. Sand King okay for the moment. Sejoy looking for the Chronosphere. We're looking at least for a kill. We'll go for this Keeper of the Light who gets bashed and dies. Doesn't get the Storm Spirit, unfortunately though. Storm Spirit teleports away. In the meantime, top lane. Queen of Pain and Ancient Deprivation decided to not join the fight bottom and instead just still go for that tier 2 tower, which they got. And now their job is to try and push down mid and see if they can get the last tier 2 that's standing on the map on the side of Double Dimension. Still going quite okay for Anji. They dropped a bit here. That was probably around the time where Queen of Pain also died. Got picked off.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But Anji's still in the dominating position in the game. I'm thinking about how Double Dimension can come back in this game. I gotta be honest, it's not looking good for them because they are a team that thrives up on pickoffs and maybe some split pushes with not non-towers, but in terms of creep pushing the waves back with the keep of the light, and then just basically has a pickoff and then gets pickoffs into pickoffs. Not necessarily a big full-on team fight, but just, you know, balls out of control type of thing. And to do that, you need to start strong, and they didn't.
Will break.
And that could be a problem. And the person that can make something happen there the most of all is Storm. Storm likes to zip around and get those pickups and go to the back lines, you know, kill off those supports, kill off the squishy people, but you got yourself a Chrono Sphere. You can just drop it over the Storm Spirit and he can't do anything, and he dies fast if he's stuck. And then you also got yourself a Queen of Pain that has an Orchid that can basically do the exact same thing, but then by just silencing, and it's really difficult for Storm to then just do Storm things. Then you're going to rely on other people to help you out with that, which is, of course, a Troll could help out with that, but you kind of want to have an initiating tool with that. Not necessarily a Shadow Blade, which you sometimes see, but any kind of initiation would help with that. It's an uphill battle. Let's put it that way. We'll see what they decide to do, because obviously when you're playing a game you have an entirely different read than when you're actually looking at a helicopter view, seeing everything that happens and knowing the exact net worth of everybody. It looks like Anji is being quite passive though. I feel like they are ahead to the point where they can force the issue a bit, but it is still very scary pushing into a Keeper of Light and Troll. Oh, hello, Storm. That was a really long zip on the Ancient or on the Earthshaker right here, and he might actually get the kill with that. Echo Slam comes out. He does end up going invisible. He does live. Scary though. Lucky Rune. Of course he does. Lucky Rune indeed. A lot of pings going out. Storm Spirit teleporting back to base, even though Pikachu is pushing the wave. Wanted to be able to dive if needed.
Worthy tribute.
I think the next thing that we're gonna have to wait for is the next Roshan. Might take a little time. Oh, I forgot to change the title. Damn it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, I did it. Oh, Queen of Pain getting jumped upon. Illuminate coming out as well, but she BKBs. Is she actually planning on doing this? I'm not sure if that's the play. In comes the Golem as well. In comes Epicenter, doesn't actually do anything. The Burrow Strike does still hit on the Queen of on the Keeper of the Light, but No Fear is not able to do most of the damage at all with that. From the side, Mana Leak. Alright, EU Genius still dies. Teleport out from the Warlock, and the rest just gets himself out. Alright, alright. Hey, just let's recap what happened here. The BKB charge was used for Queen of Pain, but also Rock Golem. Chaotic Offering used for Warlock. A kill on the Keeper of the Light. Epicenter used on the side of Sand King. I still would put it... You know what, normally I would consider this still in favor of Anji, but I feel like since they are ahead by as much, I feel like an even trade at this point is actually a win for Double Dimension. As, well, that's definitely not a win for Double Dimension, or perhaps it can be. Echo Slam comes out still as well, and Yoki, he is still visible. They pop the dust, still ends up going down 1-for-1 for the moment, as A Ultimate does not clip Undershock anymore. Again, trades, I feel like, are in favor of Double Dimension. There's a couple of things that a trade means. Wait a second, hold that thought. Warlock, I don't think you should be here. Bar Strike hits him, and he gets bashed and killed. Dominating Sudoi right now as Queen of Pain is looking for another target. Can she find the... Yes, she can. The silence came out perfectly in time, but she needs some more damage coming out. Nice blinding light. Perhaps... No, it didn't. The Soul Burn didn't end up getting the kill there. Keeper of the Light can teleport out in the end. Alright, so trades. Let me just talk to you about what trades actually do. If you have a trade, means that one of your team died, one of your enemy team died as well, or at least a massive kill, as Danger Declaration also still cleaned up the... didn't see that, you guys, sorry. Cleaned up the Keeper of Light in the base.
Time is money.
If you lose one person, that's of course bad news, but if you do your enemy team also loses a person, that means they're not going to push for a little while longer. That means that they're not... They're giving you some space. They're giving your other 4 heroes that are alive some more time to get some farm up on the map, because generally they're not going to be as aggressive as they otherwise would. So a trade is amazing for Double Dimension. A trade is a win. Obviously a loss is still a loss, but a trade is definitely a win. An even trade, that is. I need to specify that, I guess. Alright. Doesn't mean that they're not out of the woods yet. They have to hold on for quite a while longer. We do have the acronyms now, and the Keeper of the Light had it for a little while actually. So he needs to just make sure that he constantly pushes those waves out, but there comes a problem with that, because it also means that if he pushes the waves out, means that he gets the money and his teammates are not farming, and his teammates need the gold too. So it's very important for them to coordinate when they're gonna push out where and who is gonna push out what. Farm distribution when you're behind is way more important than farm distribution when you're ahead, even though it's still important. But farm distribution when you're behind, you're so limited on resources that you have to make sure that the resources go to the right places, to the place where it's most needed, and to the place where, to the person that is about to finish an item, for example. And then also as a core, you gotta be able to say, okay, you know what, I got my item, support, why don't you finish your X item before I do anything more anymore. So it's a tough balance to walk with the limited amount of farm they're getting, and Anji is doing a good job at making sure that they have limited amount of farm, because they keep the pressure on. They have good control over the Dire jungle. As you can see, 3 of the Dire heroes right now, 3 of Double Dimension, are in the Radiant jungle, as that is the only place, apart from the lanes that are pushing into towers, the only place that they can get some farm. In the meantime, top lane, Storm chasing down this Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain gets a silence off herself. She still has the Aegis, of course. And it is daytime. Daytime is good for Double Dimension.
I'll take your tribute.
And that also means that Anji probably doesn't want to push into daytime. Oops, hello. They have the gem, of course, Sand King, so they can just keep that map control for Double Dimension control and to a minimum. He really wants that gem, huh? Oops! Good thing he doesn't have it yet. Because otherwise he would lose it. Look at how much follow there is for like one person only has to catch someone. Nice. So much follow-up for one stun. Nice catch by the Storm, of course. Getting that extra tower gold makes a difference, as I just talked about how important the farm is when you're behind, and the distribution of farm. Getting a tower is just giving some extra money to all the pockets, so good stuff, good stuff. And she is continuously trying to find pickups. Let's see if he finds this one. TP out. There needs to be some bashes if you want to be able to do that. You didn't have the bashes. Hello. Hey, remember when I talked about initiation? He ended up still getting a blink dagger, so that's good stuff right there. Hello. How are you doing? Echo slamming, troll, burrow strike as well. Blinding light is there, but the chronosphere is there as well. The epicenter already kills off the warlock. The heal still comes out in the troll. Ooh, nice eating of the cheese for the Phase of Void. The silence is not going to be enough to kill Aftershock. He is able to zip himself away. I don't think that Omnight has such powers though, so he doesn't end up dying. Blinding light back to the low ground there from the Keeper of the Light. Still though, 3 down on the side of Double Dimension. The only 2 survivors are the Storm Spirit and the Keeper of the Light, and that means that Anji can push into the base of Double Dimension. Now how far they can push into, it depends on how adamant they are on defending and letting maybe one lane of Rax go to make sure that they can at least have the one fight with the troll present. They're at the moment actually fighting in 2 different places at the same time. Middle lane was pushing in as well. Fortification coming out. Tower is actually healing again as the backdoor protection activates. There, backdoor protection was off again. Interesting. Well, every little bit helps. Troll's back alive. Tier 3s and barracks saved. And Double Dimension lived to see another day. And they buy some time for themselves to get some more farm up. Still's only Storm and Troll that really have anywhere near the amount of farm that you want to have. Even then, it's not great. This guy. This is the poorest of them all. He gave priority, obviously, to the Keeper of the Light. It's like, genius, you get yourself your Aghanim Scepter. I'll come second. He did end up... Did he end up buying a gem? Did he just end up losing his gold? I think he just ended up losing his gold, didn't he? Oh, hello. Silence is there. BKB gets popped, though. Gotta be careful there. Undershock is able to just get back. Popping the BKB on the Queen of Pain is very useful. That means next time you got him.
They're all dead!
See, that's something that you shouldn't do. There was Troll was like farming. He needs to farm. You just right in the base. Yeah, my bad. Mistakes are being made there, and they're fighting over some creepies there too. And they're of course worrying where the enemy is because they don't have any vision. They have one ward up still. This is it, the one ward. It's about to disappear, and then they're gonna be in the dark. They obviously see some illusions here, and they saw the Sand King just now, but they cannot They cannot leave the base. It is so damn scary, you guys. And that is why we know that there's really nothing happening on the side of the map yet. We have a Queen of Pain farming, we have a Void farming in this jungle, we have an Ancient Operation farming in the jungle as well. And so the map control, it's fully in hands of Anji for sure, but at the same time, not as much as it seems. At least not as much as it seems to Double Dimension, let's put it that way.
Это просто нечто.
Over here now.
I wonder if that is the Russian translation for Brutal Savage Rank. Funny if it's... Alright. The next Roshan, I'm sure that Anji's that's what they're waiting for right now. Let's see how long they're gonna have to wait. Quite a long time. Quite a long time indeed. Unlucky for them. Unlucky indeed. 2 minutes and a half.
Damage.
In the meantime, Double Dimension. This is like waiting to see. Like it's a test of patience. Waiting to see who's gonna risk it first. Whose need for greed is coming to the surface first. Who wants to just farm outside the base and think, you know, just this one creep, I can take one more wave probably. Who's it gonna be? And will that person be right? Obviously this troll already is like, be careful. Smoke up. They've had enough. They want to do a joint effort to try and make something happen. I don't blame them. Otherwise they're just sitting ducks. They know that they can't afford the enemy team to have an Aegis. They can't afford it to have a Roshan. Smoke on smoke action right here. Let's see who finds who first. Hello, high ground. They know Queen of Pain jumps forward, has her BKB active, already silences up the Omni-Knight, and in comes the Chronosphere. And actually, Storm Spear jumped in to the Chronosphere. Chaotic Offering coming out as well, but it doesn't do anything. Barely tickles Anji. Teleport out by Dark. He's able to make himself scarce. Storm was able to zip himself away, but the Omni-Knight and the Troll not so fortunate. In the meantime, Keeper of the Light, he has got a gem in his inventory. Did manage to end up buying that one, as we do have the Storm still dying. Keeper of the Light manages to teleport out. Too slow for Yoki to discover him, but in the meantime, tier 3 tower on mid. That's where Anji's at. That's where Sudoi, Pikachu, and No Fear are pushing down the base of Double Dimension. Buyback from the Storm. There is a buyback available on the Troll, as well as on the Omni-Knight. Omni-Knight obviously doesn't need it, but perhaps they want to make something happen. Entire lane of racks already down in the mid lane. Storm jumping forward. Queen of Pain very aggressive there and did not have her Aegis anymore, so or at all. So a little bit too deep, you guys. It's just a bit too aggressive. So just one lane of racks. That's all there is to it. The buybacks were worth it, of course. And that is something that they have to be careful with next time around, because next time around they won't have them. Main thing here, after this fight, the Aegis is still at the Roshan, including Cheese. Alright, the things came out, they know. Hello. Sudoi cannot afford to die. Nice Roshan back. They cannot afford this Roshan to fall into the wrong hands. This goes for either team. There is no Chaotic Offering available, but there is an Epicenter and there is an Echo Slam. Making Operation ulti will not actually hit anyone, and the Chronosphere catches both the cores of Double Dimension. First one going, it's It's no one. It's no one at all. As Omni Knight makes sure that his cores stay alive for the time being, but he can't do anything against the troll. But the troll knows he has to buy back. He has to come back right now. Can teleport back to the shrine. He's not gonna do that just yet, though. He is just walking about, and he knows that he can't get back on time. He is just walking. He can't get back to the fight. He can't save the Aegis. They're gonna have to let it go. Nobody of Anji actually died. Double Dimension. It was so close for them to save their troll, to save their Storm Spirit with that Guardian Angel. Omni Knight paid for that with his life, of course. But still, they're not able to make that fight happen, and Storm Spirit does end up dropping. Nice coordination there. Aegis in the hand of Queen of Pain with some extra cheese on top for the Faceless Void for flavor. And down mid they go. Maybe you rotate in top though. The rest of his team is already top. Pikachu could go for that top lane now too. The tower was almost down anyway. This is a fight they almost have to just try to not take. Burrow Strike actually still hits on the troll, and he already bought back. He BKBs, gets repelled as well, and tries to teleport out. Manages to teleport out. No bashes. Top barracks die. 24 seconds before the storm's back up, before the Warlock is back up. In the meantime, Queen of Pain is just making life difficult for the supports. Killed off the Keeper of the Light. But forced to buy back. Warlock didn't initially buy back, still is in base. He's just waiting for the Storm Spirit anyway. There's one more fight left in Double Dimension. There's one fight still with the Chaotic Offering, with all the spells they have. Yeah. That was the Chaotic Offering. That was Storm Dead again. That is an echo. That's game, you guys. That is absolute game. There is no chance for Double Dimension to get this as a win just yet. And that means that this game puts Anji as a 1-1, and Double Dimension, unfortunately for them, still haven't gotten a single win to their name, but they get more chances, they get more games. We are going to move forward to our next game in the international qualifiers for CIS. Let's see what's up next. Ooh.